We screaming free Ozone, man. Having a bit of situation. We trying to, get this push going. Othal.org, man, for this appeal process, y'all. Y'all be there. Meet me there. And I love y'all and shalom. Be good.
Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself, people, is your girl, Straight No Chaser with the Queen, here with the panel giving love to Ozone this winter. So we are hosting the Ozone Winter Special. So we thank all of y'all that has been supporting PLAP through the years. And I'm pretty sure you know about the trial. And our Ozone is getting ready for his appeal. So we just wanted to make this special. We wanted to just basically bring everyone together and thank everyone for everything that everyone has done to support Ozone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Peace, Queen. Peace, everyone. Peace, chat. So glad to talk to y'all again, family. We love every last one of you out there, and we're so appreciative for everything you've been doing for our brother. We know this fight is not over yet, but we are halfway to the finish line. That's what we are. We're halfway to the finish line. And, what you guys have done is amazing. Our brother was able to stand up to a jury of his peers, 12 jurors, and they gave him not guilty on the first degree and second degree. And that's what the prosecution wanted. So all praises to the Most High for that. We're not going to dwell on that issue too much tonight. Tonight is all about thanking you guys and coming together as a family, have a little fun, and hopefully have a little discussion. So I'm looking forward to it. And remember, you guys, it's free Ozone till he come home. Othal.org is still in effect. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more later too, Queen. But I tell you what, right now, we would like to go ahead and introduce the remaining panelists that we have here today. So we'll go in order. First up is D. Mays. D. Mays, why don't you go ahead and say something to the people?
How y'all doing? I'm here tonight to support our brother Ozone, D. Mays from Mind Games Uncut Podcast. So like I said, I'm just glad, for everybody who's here tonight and for the people that most definitely supported this brother.
Absolutely. And I don't know if Black Love, if you're available right now, you can go ahead and say hello.
I am available. 2 seconds ago, I wasn't, but I'm here. I am here, and I will support Othal Wallace until he is free, because every Black person in America or worldwide should be able to defend themselves against people who are anti-Black. And I know that man, who's no longer here, was anti-Black. He had no reason to approach that man. That man did what he had to do to survive, and I'm not understanding why more Black people are not recognizing this and supporting him. We have to become unified at some point, people. Why not this point? It's just crazy that he's not getting the coverage that he needs, because this could be any one of us, any one of our family members. And at that point, then you're going to say, oh, can someone help me? Help someone so that you can get help. Give so you can receive. And it's not even about that. It's about what's right in this world. And we haven't had anything right regarding us for a very long time. And I really didn't think that he shot that guy, but the pictures I saw with that man was shot off, let me know he shot him because he defended himself. Thank you. He didn't want it to be him, and I don't blame him.
All praises to the
Thank
Most
you.
High. Well, that's a fight that we've been fighting for a long time in this country now, and that's the recognition of our right to defend ourselves uh, in self-defense. That's against police brutality, racial brutality, anything that has been a problem ever since chattel slavery in this country, and we would have to defend ourselves against those people. So, Sister Dee Dee, you want to go ahead and speak to the people if you're available?
Yeah, hey, oh here, let me mute my television, please.
Okay, no problem. And real quickly,
Okay.
while you're
Yeah.
doing 1 second, real quickly, I forgot to go ahead and say peace and blessings to Mama O. Always glad to have you in the building. She says thanks for all the love and support from all. Thanks a million. So Mama O has really been a strong tower for our brother in this situation. So we love you, Mama O, and glad you're here. All right, go ahead, Sister Dee Dee.
Yes, oh definitely peace and blessings and full support for the queen of our warrior brother. She is a beautiful mother. And she, like any mother, want to see her son come home to his children and her and the rest of his family and supporters as well. So salute to Mama O and to all of those who are here. Um, the sister was saying earlier, um, we definitely need to continue to support our brother. And for those who has not supported Othal Ozone Wallace, and you are in a position to do so, and I've said this before, please feel it in your heart to help. Okay, we're going into the appeal process, um, and right now the court's trying to keep him there for 30 years. You know, 30 years he's missing out on his children, their lives, them growing up, them having children, and even his mother. You know, so we're trying to fight this, and this is not just a YouTube show, entertainment, or any of that. We're coming together as a collective to in support of such a great cause. Our brother Ozone made it out alive, and they're still trying to clear it. 30 years, that's no, we want him to come home to his family. So again, salute to all who have donated, who have continued to donate, and I'm just praying that others will help out as well. Another thing too, let's keep pushing, trying to reach out to these larger YouTubers with large platforms. Our brother, he was asking me just the other day, you know, um, have we gotten in contact with so many people? And I had to be honest with them, but not to sound ungrateful or anything, but it seems like our people come together more when our brothers and sisters, the young and the elderly, are deleted by these cops. Let's come together for a life. Our brother Ozone made it out alive. He made it out alive. So let's not blind eye to this. Let's continue to support our brother. I know it's the holiday, but there's no excuse at all. There's no excuse. So again, it's imperative for us to continue to keep pushing. When I watch the donation, the days that there's a little bit coming in, a couple of, I mean, one day he went 5 days, literally 5 days with no help. Our brother is solely depending on us helping him. Let's put ourselves in his shoes. Let's just think, what if it were us? This man is still fighting behind them walls. Let's support him like he supported the people, our people, when he was out there doing peaceful protest. Let's find it in our heart, our minds, our souls, our spirit to donate. So when I look at our brother, and I'm going to end with, when I look at our brother, I look at myself and all others of our people. You know, this is going to continue to happen until we come to our senses. And I'm not talking about the ones who have donated. I'm talking about the ones who are in a position to do so and choose not to. That could be you next, or your family member, or someone you know. Please go to Othal.org and pledge whatever you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Didi. Really appreciate that. And of course, you guys, the website where we are gathering all of the Most High's children is othal.org, othal.org. That's where you can come together and support this cause. That's where you can put a bullet into police brutality at othal.org. And I'm going to tell you something about that dirty 30. I don't even speak on it because it's so far from the truth, it's laughable to me. So we ain't going to even worry about that part. What we're going to do is just keep on doing what we're supposed to do and continue this good race. We knew when we started that this is exactly what was going to happen. If everything goes well, because our brother did defend himself, he would get the more serious charges dropped off. But we also knew that the trial court would leave some information out that would leave the jury no choice but to give a manslaughter conviction. But manslaughter is certainly way better than the first degree and second degree he was facing. This is what typically happens. It happened with Huey P. It happened with Saigon Pen. It happened with so many people. We knew it was going to happen that way. And if it did, that means we were on the right track. So now we're looking for an appeal. The issues that were not able to come in is typically a reversible error. And so it should be able to come in. We're talking about the prior bad deeds of that officer, you know, of the over 13 complaints against him for excessive force. And I heard somebody say he even pointed a gun at a 4-year-old child. You know, I'm not exactly sure. I haven't seen the paperwork heard. But that information will be able to come in. That's why the appeal process is damn near more important than the trial process. So if you thought the trial was important, if you supported during that process, we need you guys more now than ever for the appeal. So definitely thank you, Sister Didi, for your words. Brother Daniel, the floor is yours, my brother.
Hey, everybody. This is Daniel with the Big Black American Secret. So glad to be with y'all. Again, everybody continue to donate, Othal.org. The system of racism, white supremacy took a slight L with this trial. So they're a little pissed. And that's why the suspected white supremacist judge did what he did and tried to give our brother 30 years. They tried to, you know, kind of get back what they lost. I'm so glad this happened because it's time for us to now put the system of racism, white supremacy on trial. That's something we have not ever done. And I'm so glad I can take my damn gloves off because that's what we've always been fighting. Neely Fuller Jr. always said, if you do not understand the system of racism, white supremacy, what it is and how it operates, everything you know is only going to confuse you. Right now, our people are confused. We actually have never been in this position before. Like my sister just said, usually when a black man is put in a position like this, he dies, he's murdered. So right now, a lot of people are in shock. We honestly don't know what to do. So I'm glad that PLAP is here, we're here, so we can show our brothers and sisters how to move right now. We're doing exactly what we need to do. We're spearheading this thing, you feel me? What we need to do is to continue to bring attention to his fundraiser so he can continue to get the legal help he needs, Othal.org. And we have to call a spade a spade. The system of racism, white supremacy is what we need to focus on 100% and completely. It's absolutely racist what has happened to him. He's only in this position because of the system of racism, white supremacy. That suspected white supremacist cop, for, you know, He was doing what he was instructed to do in the system of racism, white supremacy, and that is to eliminate a black man. And that's the bottom line. Total point. I can't even hide it no more. You know, I can't say if and buts in this, but this guy had a past. He moved a certain way. Had he had his way, Othal would be gone right now. You feel me? And that's a pattern. The pattern has been interrupted. We are on the right track. Everybody keep doing what you're doing. And we must continue to amplify this situation, because it's not a situation of if somebody in your family going to be in this position, they will be. System, what the system is, and the system does what the system does. It eliminates black men. Okay? I'm gonna give y'all back the flow. I wanted to say that, and I'm gonna kick back a little bit. I'm gonna be listening. I might chime in if I need to a little later. But I'm so proud of each and every one of you all, everybody on my team who has given and continue to give. You feel me? It's up to us. This is a grass movement operation. It's going to continue to be grass movement. Hell, 1,000 people give $1. 2,000 people give $10. Don't matter. It's a numbers game, and we damn sure got the numbers. We just need to continue to bring people to the focus. A lot of people still don't know what's going on. A lot of people still are confused. A lot of people are still afraid. A lot of people got cops in their family, so they don't know which way to go. But they also have people in their family who have been murdered, harmed, and killed by the system. So they need to know what to do, how to move, and we showing them just that. All right, family.
Yes, peace and blessings. Salute, Brother Daniel. You know, you said something right there, man. I could never forget. I was thumbing through cases on drug laws in law school, and I came across some case that said, no doubt, a creed was sent out to destroy the American male. They wanted to get rid of the race after chattel slavery. So they said to destroy a race, you kill the male of the race. And so since then, the creed has been sent out. And that's what we're trying to combat. And, you know, everybody in America should be supporting with this cause, because even though the target has been us, the effects have trickled down to everyone. And so, you know, if you're tired of being treated like you're enslaved for a so-called routine traffic stop, you know, if you're tired, sick and tired of seeing people have to die as opposed to defend themselves against police brutality, then you've come to the right place. Like Brother Daniel said, I'm so glad to be a part of this movement that we guys are doing. We're holding up this torch. We're holding up this blood banner. We can see so far because we're standing on the shoulders of giants. So let's go ahead and finish this race strong, guys, and end police brutality once and for all. And speaking of great warrior queens, our Sister Watchman, if you're available, why don't you go ahead and speak to the people?
Shalom, family. Shalom. Greetings. This is Miss Watchman. I am coming to you with a plea, a petition, a request that you go to Othal.org and make a tax-deductible contribution to the legal defense funds for Othal Ozone Wallace. Othal became a defender, a soldier for the rights and humanity of our people. His name was well known. He was a frontline soldier. And right now, he never asked for a dime. He never requested that anybody fund his ventures to go and demand transparency concerning the loss of life with our brothers and sisters who had been wrongfully deleted from this world, who had become hashtags. He did that on his own dime. Now he needs our help. I hear a lot of people asking the question, where are the people who are going to stand up for us? Where are the people who are going to demand that these officers be prosecuted? Where are the officers who are going to be prosecuted for wrongfully taking the lives of our brothers and sisters here in 2023? Ask yourself a question. If you're a frontline soldier and You don't get the backing that you need. You don't need to get the support that you need after defending yourself, rightfully so, yourself against one of these criminals in a uniform. Would you expect for anybody else to stand up and do anything for anyone who was being wronged? We ask for our soldiers to stand up. We ask for them to come to the front line. We ask for them to demand transparency. We ask for them to demand that officers be held accountable for their unlawful encounters with our brothers and sisters out here in this everyday walk, normal life that we live. Yet, when one of them needs our help, where are we? So, what I am requesting, despite your holiday seasons that you're celebrating right now, take $1 from every gift that you plan on buying. $1 from every that you plan on buying, and go to Othal.org and make a tax-deductible contribution. We've done the hard part, which is making sure that they did not put a needle in our brother's arm, that they didn't complete the job that this man in a uniform committing a crime, violating civil rights, violating constitutional rights of Othal Wallace was attempting to do. We made sure that he did not become a hashtag. We've done that part. Now we've got to get this appeal taken care of so that we can bring him home. We shall say, welcome home, Brother Ozone, for he did no wrong. Every person alive has a right to defend themselves when they find themselves in an encounter that could cause them to become a hashtag for no reason whatsoever. I thank you for giving me this opportunity to come before you. Also, I want to speak on PLAP, the People's Legal Aid Program. The People's Legal Aid Program was developed for such situations as this, where we can aid in the defense of those who find themselves having to defend themselves against unlawful officers and have to go to court and fight for their freedom, fight for their lives. Othal Ozone Wallace, he is our first client. PLAP is a nonprofit organization, so anything that you contribute, you can file on your taxes and receive back during tax season. And we all know that this is December of 2023, so tax season is right around the corner. You have a business and you know you need a large write-off. Here's the opportunity to do it. Every amount counts. It doesn't matter how small or how large, but if you have a business and you need a large write-off, here's the time to do it. Make a contribution of anywhere from $500 to $5,000, or if you can afford to make that contribution of $50,000 for the appeal process, we thank you in advance, and you're more than welcome. Know that not only do we, the members of PLAP, thank you, but our brother, Othal Ozone Wallace, also thanks you. As you are celebrating your holidays, please don't forget to remember Othal Ozone Wallace. We are Othal Ozone Wallace. It could have been you sitting in your car. It could have been me sitting in my car. It could have been your niece, your nephew, your child, your daughter or son, your mom or your dad. It could have been either one of us getting out of our car on private property where police officers have no business being unless they've been called. Go to Othal.org and make a tax-deductible contribution. Thank you so much.
All praises to the Most High. Now, you touched on something, sister. You said what they wanted to do, and this is the truth, family. They wanted to give our brother lethal injection. Make no mistake about it. That's what they wanted. And the work that you guys did prevented that. All right. I mean, I don't know how to say it to really help people to fully understand what you've done here. All right. All praises to the Most High. And it's not over, but it's mighty, mighty work that you have done. And so we're halfway through the race, and we want to make sure that we continue moving forward and moving strong so that we can help to bring on home. So we're going to talk to the other director of PLAP right now, and that's going to be Sister Offset. If you're available, go ahead and speak to the people.
Peace to the panel. Peace, everyone.
Peace and blessings.
I'm Sister Offset. I mean, everybody have said so. I mean,
Peace, peace, peace.
peace. Everybody has said such encouraging and fabulous and all kind of good things. I mean, what else can I add on to it but to just tell everybody to thank ourselves for contributing, dedicating ourselves. Thanks to the what we have over 1,900 people that have donated. I mean, that's a small number. When I go on to a lot of GoFundMe's, I see so many donations, but for us to have a small number, but it was tensions, and we have done a lot of work so far. We have done so much work so far. Still a lot of work that needs to be done, but I just want to thank everybody just for sticking in with it, and I mean, having a purpose. And I mean, that's it's so touching, and I'm just at a loss for words. So I just thank everybody.
Amen. All praises. Yeah, definitely. Thanks and salute to, we have over 1,000 individual soldiers who have now donated at Othal.org. And like I said, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. We're hoping everyone to get what they can before the end of this year. And certainly we're looking to make a big push at the beginning of next year. And we were just talking right before this live with 1,000 people. You're talking about nothing more than $100 per person, and that's $100,000 that we'll have in the treasury each year to fight against police brutality and to help many, many young people and save their lives when they had to defend themselves. So now we're going to give a salute to our dear brother Questman. Questman, if you're available, why don't you go ahead and speak to the people?
First of all, I just want to make sure the family can hear me. Shalom, salam alaikum, hotep, peace and blessings be with you.
Peace.
Can you hear me pretty good?
Yes, we definitely hear you.
Yeah, you good. You good, brother.
All right. Excellent. All praises. So, I want to speak on this a few particular angle, and that is and this is a shout out to all the blessed mothers in our community. One thing about being a mother or a father is that when you have a child, there's a divine connection, a divine attachment, a natural attachment, a connection at your children. And being separated from your children is a painful experience, both for the parents and for them. And if you can, I'm speaking to the supporters and those who are pondering, whether or not they want to participate and show their support. I would like you to kind of put your shoes in a position of being a parent, and in this case, a father. You understand? A father who dearly loves his children, and not only has he shown love, but and demonstrated it, but the children have been receptive of that. You understand? The children have shown that they also love their father, and when you put this wedge, this unjust wedge that is now dividing him from being able to be with his children, dividing those children from being able to be with their father, that's what do you call it? A catastrophic event. You understand? That's a situation that you can't repair. That there's no way for those moments. The school reports. Ball games. lessons, whatever the case may be that a father and a child may have, there's no replacing that. You understand? And, in this particular journey, every day, every month, every year that goes by is critical. So it's not only the value of our brother's life that's at stake here, that's on the table, but it's also that connection between a father and his beloved, his dear children. So if you can just imagine that type of severance, that cut from your heart, that chunk of heart being taken out of you, and you being separated from that, put yourself in that situation, and what kind of support would you like to see? And that's the type of mentality we should have. And I would say that I understand that many of us, the struggle is real. You understand? Many of us are scraping, barely getting by. But one of the things that happens with a community, is that when we're all participating in an activity like this, a struggle like this, a fight like this, it ends up, chipping away. And all those little dollars, all those $5 and so on, all that starts to chip away at the problem that we're facing. Because here's the thing, it's not just one individual that's at risk. Because now you have the question of when an encounter happens, people are afraid. They're confused as to what to do. If your life is threatened, what do you do now? That's kind of the question that's being put forth. What do you do? You're coming home, you're minding your own business, whatever the case may be. You got your family that you're feeding. They're depending on your sustenance, your protection, your guidance. And here comes a threat that's capable of taking you out of the picture, that's capable of taking your life. What do you do in that situation when it's you and basic instincts, that start kicking in of self-defense, survival? So, that's for me, that's the thing that I've been observing since I've been, watching and supporting along the way.
Hey, brother, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't want to interrupt you because I know it's your time, but do you think they did this with the time they gave the brother? Well, potential time they're gonna give. You think they did that on purpose to show, like, if any black man think about retaliating on a cop, this would have happened or even worse? What you think? Got to say about that?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit deeper than even that. I'm not trying to get conspiratorial, but there's things that I learned about when this establishment makes, and when, for example, when politics come in, those people, when they speak certain words, there's something behind those words. They're not speaking air. It may seem like it. Even if you get the most wackiest people up there, the minute they start speaking certain words, that there's something behind those. Why are they saying this? Why are they doing this? So yeah, I think that there's a message driven in. Don't you dare, you understand, type of message that's driven in. But also, because of the way they did this, like we are noting, this is a scenario that with anybody else, they would be 6 feet under right now. They'd be 6 feet under. If it's anybody else, they'd be 6 feet. So I'm wondering, like, why did he live? What game are they trying to play with us? What psychological game are they trying to play with us? Because that's what they're doing, a game, a sick, psycho, devilish game. You understand? And here at the expense, because they don't care about whether we're fathers or mothers or not. They're not concerned about any of that. The only thing they're concerned about at the end of the day is what kind of advantages they can keep on pursuing at our expenses. And that's what's obvious to me. And that's what's been obvious for the past, hundreds of years that we've been enduring this. But that's another conversation. My point here is that there's a message behind all this. There's something that they're desiring to communicate to fathers in particular and the family in general. So I mean, I'm hoping that was responded well to your question.
If you don't mind, can I answer that question?
And I just
If you don't mind,
I just want to tag this on real quick, and I'll humbly. Go
ahead. No. You know what? I apologize. You do have the flow. Go ahead, bro.
No. It's no problem. I just want this. Just my bottom line is, brothers, sisters, mothers, and fathers. You understand? at the end of the day, this is an opportunity. I'm going to say it this way in a spiritual, religious sense. I believe that when you put forth righteous actions, this is what I believe. When you put forth righteous actions backed with sincerity, it's not going to go under the quote unquote divine radar. So understand that when you step up and represent a solid cause, like this is a righteous cause, believe it or not. This is a cause for our own people. This is a righteous cause. If anybody that would think other than that this is righteous, when you got crooks and devils, then what other kind of cause would it be right here? You understand? That our brother is enduring right now. So our showing our support, that's a righteous cause. And one of the things that I strive hard for is I want to make sure that I'm written in that book. And those that understand, you understand. I want to make sure my name is in that book. So all I'm saying is, brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, if ever all the stuff we may have endured through our life, all the struggles, trials, mistakes you made, this is an opportunity, to step up and refresh yourself and get back in the graces.
All praises. All praises. Shout out to Brother Quest, man, for those beautiful words. I mean, everything you said was correct and true, man. You want to have your name in that book of life. And so you want to be on the right side of history. And what we're doing right now, you guys, make no mistake about it, this is the frontline battle. This is the frontline battle for truth, justice, and freedom. Right? You got some people that like to play around in gun clubs, but shout out to the real soldiers in those gun clubs. Shout out to the real, but you got some fakers out there. They like to play around and go target practice on the weekend, I guess, maybe paintball with each other, talking about so they can get ready for the fight. And they don't even realize they're missing the fight right now. We're in the middle of it, and we battle tested. Quest, man, talking about, people in the community giving their last. Pretty much everybody you see up here, and plus a few more in the audience, we've given everything we got, and we're looking to give some more because we know how important it is to win this war, and we will win it. And this is only the beginning. And all praises to the Most High that we are able to come together in this season. So we said on the title, to everything there is a season. And this is the season for us to finally end police brutality once and for all. But Brother Daniel, you said you want to go ahead and chop down that question D Mays had asked about too?
Yeah, because right now it's time for precision and accuracy. But again, we can't be confused about the system of racism, white supremacy. During this trial, these people had two plays. One, they wanted to just go ahead and quickly get rid of them, the normal way they do it through the jury that just says, hell, he's completely guilty. That didn't work in their favor, so they had a backup, a judge who was willing to take the football into the goal for the system of racism, white supremacy. So he did that. He tried to bury him with 30 years. And again, that's the answer to your question, brother. Yes, that was them basically saying, fuck you. You kill a white person, fuck you. You're going to jail for a long time or the rest of your life. I hope that make it clear. That was their answer to what happened. Now, luckily for us, we was able to come together with PLAP, give our brother some financial support so he could have a legal team in place, which is something that has never happened before. You understand? So now the system of racism, white supremacy is again in a position that they haven't been in before. You got a black man who's able to defend himself, and he's got community behind him. Like I said when I started this shit ain't gonna happen on my watch. They're not gonna put another black man in jail or in the ground while I'm alive. I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure my brother's straight. You feel me?
Speak on it.
And that's how we all have to be, because he is my brother. I met him one time. If you don't know Ozone, I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about when I met him, what made the difference for me. There was a family in Douglasville, Georgia, whose family member was hung in the woods. Police wasn't giving the family any answers. Wouldn't even talk to them. They automatically said it was suicide, although all the evidence was showing all kind of crazy shit. Ozone, a call was made from the family for a security team to be put together so that they can go talk to the police department face to face. This man answered the call. He got together with a few of his brothers. Somebody reached out to me, and I was able to cover it. We went. I met him. His heart was in the place. This man, he got a heart for his people. You feel me? When we got there, the police these people were shook. Black men with guns, black men and women with guns, saying, "Hey, y'all need to talk to this family. This man's hanging in a tree with no answers." You feel me? And so they say, "Okay, we'll talk to the family, but y'all can't bring the guns in the police department." It's like, that's fine, that's cool. So we left the guns. A bunch of us with Ozone went in, and Ozone was giving it to them police. That the police department said, "Hey, what's going on? This dude had an ankle bracelet on, but nobody know where he was." You feel me? He was hitting them with some straight in their face, hard questions, and these police officers was pissed. So I know in my heart that the system hate this man. They already hate him because he's black, but they triply hate him because he put his foot on the fucking neck of this racist system. They pissed about that. So it's no coincidence he was approached, in my opinion. You feel me? So if you don't know who that man is, I'm giving you a little glimpse of what I saw. I saw a strong brother, and I'd be damned if he gonna fight this battle on his own. You feel me? I'll be damned. We cannot be confused about the system of racism, white supremacy. It's too slick and slippery. If anybody have not, there's a videotape with Dr. Francis Cress Welsing on it. It's about 1 hour and 23 minutes long. Please find that video. It will completely remove the cobwebs off your mind about how this system operates when it comes to black people. Please, I beg you. We can't fuse anymore. These people have one goal, and it is to eliminate us from the face of this planet. And they do it in so many slick ways we don't even know it. Through the medical industry, through the food industry, through the racist police officers, through an injustice criminal justice system. I mean, they hit us from so many angles. We have no idea. We don't even know we're being eliminated, but we are. But we're here now, and it's okay. We start with this one case. Long story short, to answer your question, brother, yes. That was the system of racism. White supremacy said, "No, nigga, you going to jail for the long haul." And we standing here saying, "Hell no, he ain't. Hell no, he ain't. He got brothers and sisters who love him and we ain't finna have that shit. We ain't finna have that shit because it's racist. We must say them words in court. That's our only defense. That's a defense you can't even fight against because the system knows it's racist. So if we finally say, "No, Your Honor, what you talking about is racist," what's your next play? They have no other play because they know they racist. We just have to be strong enough to say it on that shit. And on that note, I'm gonna shut up.
Can I say two quick things?
Yeah, go
When
ahead.
Brother Ken was in the court telling the judge was racist, the judge didn't care. The time he was yelling at you,
Yeah.
you said it was racist and he did not care. They know it's racist. They don't care.
And they're not gonna care. It's up to us to make them care. They're gonna show it, but it's up to us to make them care.
My solution is just get what's this thing? I'm not gonna say it because this is YouTube and I don't want people's channel taken down. But my solution is simple and easy. But let me say one thing. From the very beginning, I don't know how I had this feeling or knowing about it, but I said that this man was looking for somebody because for some reason in the back of my mind, I felt that he knew he was dying. Then come to find out, they say he may have AIDS. So he wanted to get killed away and have his family get life insurance. He wanted to take his own life. That's what I felt from the very beginning. And then to find out the trial that he had got HIV from however, this was brilliant.
Yeah, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. We certainly learned a lot from the sentencing hearing. Where they and again, I'll tell you about that sentencing. They knew it wasn't gonna hold up as soon as it came out the lips of their mouth. Like y'all were trying to say earlier, all they were trying to do at that point was save face, but they can't. All right, it's already been done, and they know our brother's on his way home. And they really surprised he went home by the time they finished banging that gavel. But a lot of information did come out in that sentencing hearing. One of the things I remember was that they said that his son had to take that police exam like 4 to 5 times before he could pass it. You know, and I said this before, I said it again, the young man was not fit to be an officer, and certainly Daytona Beach did not do a good job of training him to be one, because any officer knows that you don't have a right to come up to anybody and just ask them something and make it there and listen to you. Like, if any stranger did that to you, you would probably do the same thing. Like, what is wrong with you? But what stranger is crazy enough to come up to you at your car and corner you and start asking you weird questions? Nobody does that. Only a person who thinks they are hiding behind a badge would even attempt to do it. You know, and so that's what we see playing out in this case. But, you know, go ahead and, you know, the whole panel can talk. You know, anybody got something to say, just go ahead and jump on in. And as a matter of fact, let me see here. Make sure we keep good timing on this, because we want to make sure we get y'all out of here at a decent hour. All right, you decent folk for coming in and chilling with us, hanging out at our sister Tina's house. We certainly do appreciate it. So once again, I guess at this time, go ahead and show our appreciation to you. For those of you who don't know, this is today, December 21st, 2023. And we are having the Ozone Winter Special. I know y'all ain't hear me over here singing, but I was singing my little heart out. Yeah. And Brother Quest, man, I think that's the first time I've ever seen your crown, brother. I got to say, I'm pretty jealous. I'm jealous, man. But, you know, we hope other individuals understand the importance of wearing your crown. And so, you know, each of us frontliners, you know, that's what we like to do for sure, to make sure that there's no mistake about it, whose we are and what we stand for. And, you know, each of you have a chance to be a frontline soldier. All you have to do is make your donation and your voices heard at othal.org, OHAL.org. Let me see here. So yeah, we got a fun night planned for you guys. We also have something special we're gonna do second here in a little bit. Let's talk to the chat. Braves Club, yeah, y'all heard that information, you guys, that the judge in Ozone's case is planning on retiring at the end of this year. Y'all, anybody heard about that?
Yes, I'm very much
I heard
aware.
about it.
Yeah,
I'm very much aware.
I think he retired because he know that we on to his racist butt.
Yeah, you know, that's the first thing I said to myself too. I'm not gonna lie about it, because now somebody spoke about it. Braves Club mentioned it in the chat. Yeah, out of nowhere. So you guys, let's talk about that a little bit. We have a couple of people at least up here right now who were actually at the trial. Sister Osset was at the trial. Shout out to you. Mama O is in the audience. She was at the trial. Shout out to you. And we know a Mighty 300 sister is in the audience, and she was at the trial. Shout out to you. Shout out to Sister Yana. I know you're listening and watching somewhere. And let's talk about that a little bit because I think his conscience was getting at him. I do. He tells us that it's to take care of his aging parents, and we're not going to bother any man about that. But at that trial, you guys, I can tell you, I witnessed firsthand some unbelievable racism. I can tell you about the first action. See, what they didn't expect was for us to be there for our brother. Exactly. And I could tell you, we were the first people there for the trial. We came for the jury selection. All right. The other side didn't come for the jury selection, but we did. And during the jury selection, they told us to sit in a jury box, and we sat what they told us to sit. Tell me why a couple of days into the jury selection, all of a sudden, there's some chatter from the prosecution side that claims that I'm looking over their shoulders, eavesdropping onto their computers.
Is that right?
Their computers. This is when it started, y'all. And they had no evidence at all, just like they had no evidence against our brother. And there seems to be a common theme with these prosecutions, these wrongful prosecutions against our people. They don't
it's
have
called
evidence.
I'm white and I say so. It's called
But Daniel, what they expect for you to do is to fold and plead before the trial. That's what
exactly. Exactly.
But we some stand-up people over here. We don't fold. We don't quit. And when our brother is facing seemingly insurmountable odds, you better believe we're going to be right there standing with them. So, that was one of the things that occurred. And then after that, on the day that the judge wrongfully kicked me out of the courtroom, right? Most of the day I was outside of the courtroom. And they claimed that they received word that I was making threats online. And that sounds so stupid, it's unbelievable. I don't even move like that, number one. Number two, again, they had no evidence of this. They had no evidence because it's not true, right? It's something that they made up again to try to get some of his supporters out of the courtroom. But I can tell you what would have helped stop them from making that action that day if we would have had more brothers come and support. We had a lot of sisters out there. We had one brother who came. He tried to come. They got him out the courtroom because they were claiming he may be a potential witness, but they never called him, right? So basically, I was the only brother out there. So it was easy for them to try to set their targets on me.
Separate the man from the woman.
You see, that's what they all about. Speaking of sister, I said, "What you gonna talk to us a little bit, sister?" I said, what you thought. What were your thoughts at the trial? Because sister, I said was there too.
Ooh, that was a life changer. Usually I'm on the other side, but this time I got to sit on the bench and just kind of really soak in everything that was going on. And to go with the judge part, I feel like he retired because he didn't give them a death penalty that he probably promised them.
You know what? You could be right. Yeah.
So that's kind of what I thought. I was like, he didn't get them people that death penalty, so you got to go.
Can I say something real quick? That's what I was thinking. The minute he talked about, when you said that, because I didn't know he was going to retire. In the back of my mind, again, the way he was being so strong with it, trying to be on, putting him in a light that he needs to be jailed for his life, I think people were either whispering in his ear or threatening him, saying, you better go ahead and do what you got to do. So now that he's retiring, somebody did something. He can't hide, so I don't know where he's going. Maybe he's about to be dead, or we'll find out later. But yeah, he didn't do what he was supposed to. He didn't do what they told him to do. Oh my goodness, I'm glad we don't have to see him no more, though. Thank goodness for that.
I don't know if you all noticed, but he made an objection when the prosecutor was making his closing argument. And he told him, he said, I have to have it on the record that I object to that. And the exact same thing that he objected to was the exact same thing that he quoted prior to informing Brother O that he
Yeah,
was
the
going to
sentence.
give him 30 years.
Right, exactly. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Hey,
that's
could you repeat what it? Could you tell us what that was? Because
yeah, that was the issue of what y'all just got through talking about. What Brother D Mays just asked you a question about, and y'all
Oh,
responded.
okay.
Yeah, the prosecutor in that case, Larissa, I believe is what his name is, right? He was like, Judge, we have to send a message, in his racist tone that he speaks in. And Judge is like, I can't send the message with my sentencing. That would be illegal. So one thing I want y'all to understand what is happening in recent times is you got to remember this same racism and discrimination has been going on for centuries now, right?
Yeah.
It's just that they started from a place where in their law books they said they could do it. So they just came out in the open and did it, right? We doing this because we don't like you because you're so-called black. But then they start writing in their law book say, oh, you can't do it for that reason. So what did they do? Did they stop doing it for that reason? No. They just stopped saying that they doing it for that reason. Right. So what we have
for those, for those who are new to the case of Brother Othal Ozone Wallace, it's amazing to me that I've met so many people who did not know about Othal Ozone Wallace. For those who are new to this case, have not heard about, have not watched the live stream or replay concerning Othal Ozone Wallace, this is the only case I have ever seen in my almost 53 years of living that was built strictly, purely on speculation, probabilities. I've never seen that done before in my life.
Right.
And you're supposed to find a person guilty or innocent beyond a shadow of a doubt. The only way you can convict them is you're supposed to find them guilty beyond any shadow of a doubt. With a case, an entire case built on speculation, that is nothing but doubt. I need for you all to go to Othal.org and make a tax-deductible contribution. We are going to set case law with this trial. With this case, we are going to set case law, whereas they will not ever be able to do this again. Whereas there will be a law that states what is already supposed to be law. No matter who it is, you have a right to defend yourself when you are being illegally and unconstitutionally approached.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you: are you all able to speak to the racial makeup of the jury? Were they told? Did they tell y'all never to say anything about that, or?
I believe that was public information. The news, the news media, I think, put out the information before we did. But yes, Sister Yana and I were there when they selected the jury, and the remainder of the team was there during the trial, so they actually got to see the makeup of the jury as well.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you what was the makeup, but before I say that, I'm gonna preference by saying this. And again, if you don't understand the system of racism, white supremacy, you're gonna be confused. It doesn't. A black person being on the jury ain't 100% what we think it is, because that black person could actually have the mind of a white supremacist. So we have to now look carefully at even black people, because they may not be 100% black first. Feel me? But I still want to know the racial makeup. Go ahead.
All right, I'm glad you said that. So let me say it like this. First of all, I want to say we certainly respect the work of the jury, and we thank the jury for bringing back a righteous decision. I believe that the jury brought back the only decision that it was able to bring based off of the instructions by the judge. And so that's where we want to appeal at, because some of the things that the judge did was wrong. And so we think some information should be able to come back into the case, and the jury would be able to completely exonerate our brother at that time. But we certainly respect the jury and the work that they did. They had a hard work to do, and we believe that they stared that system of race and white supremacy in his face, and they came back with a just answer for our brother's case. And, you know, that first and second degree, bye-bye. That whole lethal injection, bye-bye. The rest of your life in prison, bye-bye. Because, see, what they want you to do is they want to give you the in cases like this.
Right.
And they'll only save your life if you take a plea deal to life in prison. That's what they want. And they didn't get that in this case. Now, with the jury, back to your question, the makeup was one so-called black male, one so-called black woman. All right? And whatever happened in the jury room, we will never be privy to. But it seems somebody was in there fighting really hard to get a not guilty for our brother. It seems like at least one person was standing their grind on that. And then at the end of the day, according to Larissa, the jury made a business decision. And so with that decision, though, the good news for us is first, second degree are no longer on the table. Bye-bye.
And they kept sending questions back to the jury. He would not openly answer their questions.
Oh, man.
Matter of fact, he wrote something down on a piece of paper and sent it back to them rather than going to the computer and printing out the law and sending that back to them.
Yeah. Some jury
and before they went back to deliberate, he told them that they could not consider self-defense.
And let me say this. If you notice this case, they were in the catch-22 themselves, because for a case like this, they did not stream this on mainstream media. It didn't go. Usually they want to lynch a black man in media, but I don't know what that sound is. But usually they want to lynch him. But they know that if a lot of people would have gotten this story, they would have gotten support, just like the jury with the questions. We probably would have had Ozone defense on cleared.
Right. Everything you said was absolutely on point, Queen.
Yeah, we would have probably did it, because now there's a lot of people waking up to the system of white supremacy. Just like one of the gentlemen said, right now you don't know. Right now it's not even black and white no more, because you got black people with white supremacist minds, and you got white people that are just as tired, because everybody is seeing the full effect of white supremacy is affecting all of us. And to really, and then just like if you look at the Alabama brawl, you had white people cheering that black people finally stood up for themselves. And you notice that this story, they should have been putting Ozone out there to be lynched by the so-called white supremacists, but they're keeping this hush-hush, because right now it would have shown that you black men have a right in yourselves. This should have been just as this trial should have went viral, just like Trayvon Martin. You know, they always want to make it just like Amber Geiger. You know, this time is one of them on the end. So why wasn't it viral? Why didn't it go viral? Because they didn't want to have no black man that shows power of defending himself. And how they keep us from defending ourselves, of course, is money, because we don't really have the money to hire the defense. And then on top of it,
that part,
they know that they would have gotten a lot more support. You would have had a lot of more white people talking about this case and being more divided among themselves. And I'll land my plane.
Absolutely. Nothing but facts there from the Queen. We certainly appreciate you for chiming in on that. And once again, I can't thank you enough. What happened, Quest Man?
I was going to add on to that, because it specifically dealing with the fact that they didn't give the a certain grade of exposure to this situation. Had Ozone been like just some out of character, out of pocket type of brother, this would have been blasted all across from sea to shining sea. You understand? Had he come in there, some kind of foolish, ignorant way, they would have had a party with this situation. But because Brother Ozone was an intelligent black man, see, because he came with tact and skill, and he understood what he was up against with wisdom, and made sure, that he did whatever it took to get the proper team, and had the support of also intelligent brothers and sisters such as on this panel. That means that this isn't something they wanted to put on blast, because that would have had to put out there all the type of the quality brothers and sisters that are backing Brother Ozone. See, this was an assault to his intelligence. This was an assault to the black man and woman's intelligence. You understand? The way they played that, the way they manipulated, like the sister was saying, that the way they manipulated the jury's ability to decide and what kind of a verdict they were going to produce. You understand? That's an assault on the black. They didn't expect that we would come equipped intelligently. You understand? When you see a lot of these cases of brothers and sisters that are also victims of brutality, and so many of them, you see the character is something that the system can exploit and say, well, this is the reason why we did this or this is, see, you don't need to support this one. Look at how he lives. Look at the type of character he is. You want to support and back up that, but that wasn't the case with Brother O now, was it? The case with Brother O was, this is an intelligent man. So if you get him on blast, you're going to be harming yourself because his intelligence is going to shine. So no, they didn't want to put that on blast.
And not just that,
been more damage than help.
And to piggyback off of that, not just that, an intelligent, strong man who was armed. Because remember, he supported defending yourselves. So imagine all the other men out here with guns, out here scared to defend themselves and see this story worldwide. Imagine the headlines. But I know that we're going to be going forward with this story and getting it more exposure because, they might be trying to hide it, but this story is going to get exposure. And that strength from this story is going to reach those boys and these men that they don't want it to reach. And I'll let my
straight chaser.
That was one thing that Mike Chipperwood gonna try to go on and tweet about. This is put message for black men to go out and wreak havoc. Well, let me see. I pulled it up. He say it makes it open season on law enforcement. No, it don't. That was never the intentions of why we were trying to do all of this. So you can see where their mind was.
Yeah, because anytime a black man defends himself is an attack. No, it would have been open season for black men to open up their minds and not end up on the other end of the barrel for defending themselves.
Right. The straight chaser with the queen.
Every time a scenario comes where
right, you were gonna say something.
I was just saying that every time opportunity comes for us to step up. I didn't hear my
go ahead. I think Brother Chris is in a delay.
Yeah, I think he has a delay.
Yeah.
Okay. Straight chaser, I wanted to address the issue where you were speaking on it not being mainstream media. Only Florida streamed the trial. And they are still spreading the false narrative that this was a traffic stop. They refused to tell the public that this was on private property. It did not involve a traffic stop. And I want everybody to think about it. If you're being stopped by a police officer, if it's a traffic stop, why would he be asking you, do you live here?
Exactly.
And after asking you, do you live here, he's putting his hands on you.
Yeah, that wasn't a traffic stop. That wasn't an illegal
Not at all.
That's what that was.
The Florida media continues to spread the narrative that it was a traffic stop when it was not. Well, an entire case built on hypotheticals and the truth not being told. But our brother Othal, Ozone Wallace, he did a wonderful job in explaining what took place.
He did a wonderful job defending his posts on social media, which they brought to the forefront and should not have. His answers aligned with what his posts were saying and what it was speaking on.
Yep.
You know, and I am so thankful that he's such an humble individual. He's very mild-mannered, and when you're telling the truth, it's just going that way. So we need for you all to go to Othal.org and make a tax-deductible contribution to our brother's legal defense fund.
Absolutely, absolutely. Speaking of which, let me see if I can pull the website up for us real quickly so everyone can see what we're talking about. I think I have it right here, added to the stage. Yeah. Okay, so this is where we are right now. Shout out to everybody who's been donating. Shamashan True, shout out for your $50 that you paid. Mr. Black in the building, $26. Anonymous donation for $10. You know, shout out to all of you guys. You've been doing a wonderful job. And look at that. Finally, all praise to the Most High. We've made it to the $112,000 mark. A big shout out and salute to our sister, Austin Harriet Tubman, one of our panelists here today, with the $100, mighty $100 donation. And we have Miss Nicole with her $565. Thank you so much. And then we have another donation from anonymous persons for $51.99. You guys, you guys don't understand how close we are to reaching the goals we want, not only for this case, but ending police brutality by us being the defense against police brutality. That's what this is all about. The PLAP, People's Legal Aid Project. So we are looking for more individuals who are really, really solid and want to dedicate themselves to the cause just like we have. And don't forget, if you go to the website, you click plap.fund right here, you can take the Mighty 300 challenge. If you're on a laptop, you can move this over and you put in your name, your email we can contact you at, and the rest is optional. And then you click submit, and we'll make sure we have your information so we can call you when we're having meetings, because we don't meet online about this stuff. We meet offline. And then we just come online just to help spread the word and the messaging. So, make sure you guys do that so you can keep abreast of what's going on. And you see down here with the scoreboard, you can see exactly what's been raised. This fees here, that's the PayPal fees. That's not our fees. That's what PayPal charges for taking credit cards online. And you can see even if a refund, and I can tell you this person right here, I think they accidentally, they didn't see that there a donation that went in. They did it twice, so they just took one of them back, and then they ended up putting it back anyway. So all praises to the Most High. But when you click raised, it shows you what we have already paid and what's available now. You'll hear some naysayers saying a lot of negative things, right? I heard one person saying, you better make sure Ozone gets all of his money, as if we have $112,000 sitting in the bank somewhere. No.
And they ain't $5.
Yeah. Huh?
And they probably ain't paid $5.
They ain't donated a damn thing, right? But at any rate, for us who have, we wanted to make sure this process was as transparent as possible, okay? Because we would have it no other way. We would expect the same thing, so we give nothing less to the people. Like we said, this is y'all's, this is ours, this is not one person's. So we're completely transparent in the funds, and when you click paid, it shows you every payment that's been made and what those payments have been made for. And pretty much all you're going to see is payment to attorneys and fees. We have a couple of expenses for PLAP, and we had to pay for a baby girl. We got her some one of his children, his daughters. We got her school clothes for her. And most other things that we do for the family, typically we just come together the Mighty 300, and we just prefer to pay that out of our own pockets, to be honest with you. And you don't even see that reflected on the balance here at Othal.org. But right now is a very important time, you guys, because what we're trying to do is get ready to fight his appeal. He's already had a conversation with his potential appeals attorneys. and everything is looking good and everybody's looking hopeful. We just have to raise the remainder of the funds. So what you see here is what we call the current goal. This is where we started. It was $150,000 for the retainer, and then we just got the final bill yesterday. Well, not yesterday, but last week for his trial. It was $50,000 for that. So it was a total of $200,000, and the community had already paid $45,000 beforehand. That's how we get the current goal of $160. So we still need to reach that. And then if you click on that, you can see what our next goal is, right? And we put a roundabout number about $440,000 because we think about $500K is a good amount for anybody facing a first-degree murder charge against a police officer. And for any client that we would have, that's how much we would actually like to put into the pot. And it's not difficult to do so long as everybody participates. But at the very least, in this case, we're going to need probably another 40 to 50K more for his appeals. And so that's, put us around about 250,000 total, and which means right now we need to raise about 200,000. But here's the good part. $200,000 total, and 110 of that has already been raised. So right now we're looking at roughly about 100,000 more is needed right now, right? And remember what we said at the beginning of this broadcast. We have about 1,000 people who have already donated to Othal.org. So sometime between now and the beginning of the year, we're going to give it March 30th. That's when we're going to have a celebration for our brother's solar return. If everybody who has already donated would just donate $100 more, we have the $100,000 we need to keep going forward on our brother's case. Make sure he comes home sooner than later. And that is not that difficult for any of us to do. We're talking about small sacrifices that yield big rewards for the people. And we can save our brother's life like we've already done, and we can save many, many more. So salute to everybody, and please make sure you go to Othal.org to show your love and support. And with that, I land my plane, as they say. But I tell you what.
You can think of it this way when it comes to donating, especially for those. I don't think I hear me.
Yeah, we hear you, brother. Go ahead. We got you.
I was going to say, when it comes to donating, for those that like to go out to like the fast food joints or whatnot to pick up your say fish sandwich, instead of picking up that fish sandwich with the fries and the drink, hold the fries, and just get the fish sandwich. That's an idea. Use that fry money, donate.
Yeah, that's pretty much what most of us have been doing. You guys, two things we've been doing to help sustain ourselves in donating, right? Because all we're asking for is $100 more from everybody at this moment, right? Because we want you to get in the habit of $100 a year, because we plan on being here for a long time, helping many, many more brothers and sisters fight these charges. Okay, so a good start would be $100 a year for 1,000 people. That's $100,000 every year we have in the war chest, right? But what some of us have been doing is two things primarily. The first thing is, like Brother Questman said, we find some way to cut down on expenses. You know, if you're a party goer, you like to hang out on the weekend, just have one less drink that weekend. You know, just have one less drink. Donate that to Othal.org. And another thing we've been doing is finding other avenues for us to make funds, you know. And so that way we'll have more available for ourselves to sustain us for this fight, as well as to donate to Othal.org. Because I can tell you, you know, you have a lot of $1,000 on this list, in this panel, in this chat, well over $1,000. And, you know, it's kind of my honor. I'm ready to do it again. At the beginning of the next year, another $1,000 donation. So if you got that, do it. If you can, do it. That ain't nothing but $100 a month for 10 months if you can't do it at one time, right? It's because we're looking for the mightiest of us. So we're still looking to round out the mighty 300 even. So we are asking for the mighty 300 soldiers. We need another 300 from you in 2024. That's our goal, collective goal for the mighty 300, 300 apiece. If 300 people do that, that's $90,000. You see. So, we just find creative ways to get these things done. And, and come talk to your family, y'all. The more the merrier. The more of us get together, the easier it's going to be in the long run. But I don't know if anybody else had anything else. We are getting close to the time on this, and we certainly want to thank everybody for coming, but we do have one more thing. We have one more thing we're going to do before we get out of here, okay? Let me see here. Y'all know we've been having this tradition we started ever since the 30s, where we've been playing some type of game, with these broadcasts. And Quest Man on the echo. And our brother Afro Elite, shout out to Afro Elite, Sister ZZ, he took it to a whole nother level with FBA Jeopardy. And Sister ZZ got the revolutionary alphabet, right? So we have a new game that we're going to introduce today. And we're going to need one brave soldier who's going to be willing to play the game for us. Let me see if I can pull it in. Okay. So hold on. Okay, it's there now. Y'all heard of the game Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right? Well, this one is called Who Wants to Be a Revolutionary. Okay. So that's the game we're going to be playing to close out this broadcast for today. Of course, the audience more than welcome to follow along as we play. So, who's going to be the brave soldier? Who's going to play the game for us? You're going to play the game with us. Who's going to be the brave person? Who would like to play? Who's that, sister? I said. Well, one at a time, but y'all know we all in this together, so you're more than welcome to help each other.
I'll be a revolutionary.
Who's that, Sister Osset?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right, Sister Osset. Let me see if I can pull it back up, and so we can go ahead and get this thing started.
Hey, hello, Brother Ken.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you, Sister Didi. Go ahead.
Oh, can I say something real quick?
Please do.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to participate in the game, but I did make my oh wait, excuse me, it's echoing. Yeah, I did make my donation, and just to let you guys know, of course I would have donated more, but right now, our brother needs help with where he's at and everything with personal items and food and stuff. So I'm definitely pledging towards that, and he understands that I can just do so much. And there's other people out there who are helping, but bottom line is our brother, he definitely needs our help. So again, I would have pledged more, but I'm helping him out, when I get paid every other week. So and as far as this, someone said earlier that O's case isn't nationwide. I know in the beginning was when they were out, when it first started, when they were out looking for him, a lot of, you'd be surprised, a lot of huge YouTubers, and no names mentioned because they know who they are, but a lot of are people with huge, I'm talking about over 100,000 subscribers, have even spoken about this, but not one time used their platform to actually do what we're doing. Okay. excuse me, like I said before, I know it's the holidays. I don't celebrate none of these holidays at all. Nothing. It's against not my I don't practice religion, but it's against my spiritual belief. If we really took out the time to do our history pertaining to these Holocaust days, most of us wouldn't even be celebrating this crap. But anyway, let me get back on track here. So again, if the people that have huge subscribers were to just find it in their hearts to do even a 45-minute fundraiser for Brother O, we would easily make it to the mark. Easily. I have contacted so many people, along with other people. We've contacted these entertainers, these political people, whatever. I mean, we've contacted so many people. So again, all it would have taken was maybe one or two platforms who have 100,000 subscribers and more. These are public figures. These are well-known names. Man, please. I know, again, no names mentioned, but there's things that our people need. And I tell you something, life is more important than paying for someone's livelihood, for museums, paying for film production, paying for this, paying for that. There's so many people out there who could have, again, utilized their platform, passed the word out through their platform. Man, Ozone would have met the mark easily.
Well,
People,
sis, I'm gonna tell you, it's up
yeah,
to
go
us to
ahead.
shame. It's up to us to shame the hell out them folk. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? It's up
yeah,
to us to bruise their conscience. You feel me? Because people ain't just gonna do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? They feel like however they feel. They scared for whatever reason. Who knows? Who cares? It don't matter. But they need to do what they've been doing on every other subject. You feel me? It's
right.
if they say they the new black media, then let's make them stand on that shit.
And speaking
That's
of new
it, that
black
part.
media,
And I'm glad you mentioned that. And I want to say something else too. I know, some people from different militias have donated, but I'm gonna tell you something. All of them people out there, thousands of them, thousands and thousands of our people were out there marching with Ozone during their peaceful protest. Where y'all at? Where you at?
well, see, here's the
And I
thing.
land my plane right there. Thank
All
you.
right, here's
I'm
the
out.
thing. We already know that a lot of people out there are just not true. And I've said from the beginning that this process was going to help us separate the wheat from the chaff. Okay? Because the ones who were true, the ones who were out there marching and are true, they are right here with you. And so we're going to focus on them. Sometimes I say, I have family members who I feel like, or I used to feel like, weren't doing enough to help combat this system of racism and discrimination. But then one day I had an epiphany. And I was like, you know what? I guess everybody's got their own way of dealing with racism and discrimination.
That's true.
And so the thing about it is I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep
Right.
moving forward. Okay? I'm going to keep leading by example. And everybody who wants to get on the good foot.
That's true.
And definitely you mentioned new black media. I do want to give a shout out to, I call them new media. Because first of all, we're not black.
That's true.
Call them new media. And because this is going to be the mainstream one day as far as what everybody should be listening to. I do want to give a shout out to them because without their help and support, we would not have gotten as we did for our brother's case. So we want to make sure we understand that throughout this process of us seeking truth, justice, and freedom, y'all, there are going to be some who are true and there are going to be many who are not. Right?
That's true. That's
but
100% true.
In every last one of these so-called organizations. So we want to make sure that we give a big salute and shout out to all the ones who are true and to keep on keeping on and following what we're doing over here with Othal.org, and we're going to walk together with you. So, having said that, yeah. Oh, you got something?
I do want to say this because I always like to give props to where props belong. You feel me? If I'm gonna scold you, if you did wrong, then I'm gonna praise you when you did right. I am gonna give a round of applause to Jason Black.
Oh
And
yeah.
he was urged on by damn light skinned dude that be here with us. I
Oh, you
forget his
talking about
name.
Afro Elite?
Afro Elite. I got to give him praise because
Brother Afro
you know
Dawski, what you talking about?
I hear you, especially in his soul. Feel me? But so Jason Black, he did mention it on his program. I wish he would have put in, you know, would have said out loud the website to donate. You feel what I'm saying? But he did at least step up in that regard. So I'm gonna have to give him his props on that. And by me doing that and saying that, trust me, y'all, these people hear us. These people see what we doing. You don't think they see us just like we see them? You feel me? So I'm gonna praise those who do, and I'm gonna scold those who don't. And then the chips gonna fall where they may.
Absolutely. All right. Absolutely. Had a little technical difficulty there. Yeah, shout out to Jason Black, my homeboy there. You know, I don't know, everybody didn't get to see, but you know, he actually had our brother come on the show. And our brother
Yeah, I saw that.
Othal.org, right. So shout out to my homeboy and his team, Sister Eve. And
and Afro, I mean no disrespect, man. I'm just getting old, man. I'm bad with names sometimes.
Brother King, God.
I think he's having technical difficulty.
I think he's trying to come in. But he's not connected. But he was saying shout out to his friend Jason Black. I think he's going to come back up.
But yeah, I'm so proud of this community, guys. We have done and we will continue to do amazing things going forward. I tip my hat to each and every one of y'all because, you know, I know all of y'all. Just like Ozone, he's a warrior. You feel me?
Mhm.
And like I say, it ain't gonna happen on my watch. It ain't gonna happen on my watch.
yeah, and you know, the enemy keep liking to play games. One thing y'all gonna understand, y'all keep dealing with us enough. They keep trying to throw these slugs, these little internet slugs, these little denial of services attacks and different things like that. But we ain't going nowhere. We still here. And you know what, Sister Osset, who wants to be a revolutionary? Let me see here. Let me go ahead.
I want to be a revolutionary.
That's what I'm talking about. We
Ken, also too. We have to. The system has to know this. Now, where do we hold power at? We hold power in our ability to withhold ourselves from this system. If we don't get reparations, we won't continue to vote in none of these elections. If they don't give Brother O a fair trial, we will withdraw from the legal system. We will no longer believe in it. You feel what I'm saying? That's our strength. If we know that this system is bullshit, and we say, you know what, I don't respect your authority. You have no authority over me. That's what it's gonna come to if they don't do right.
Right. We are definitely a nation within a nation, and Brother Daniel, we'll set up, you and I set up a live where we can actually discuss that in more detail. Okay. All right. So now we're going to go.
Can I chime in that we are already there? We created a whole micronation for that reason. I've been tired.
Go ahead, Sister. Let me see here. Which one of y'all want to do it? Sister Tina still here?
Yes. What's going on? What you want me to
just let the people real quickly about your what you guys are doing over here. Beautiful. And
yes. Well, we build them. We're right now we're a digital micronation. We're just gathering. Basically, we're the United Empires of Akibalon. United Empires of Akibalon mean all of the Black organizations and groups uniting together to sit down at the table to figure out a way to make things better for us. We want to come together and become nationalists buy towns or land so that we can just basically start separating ourselves. We keep standing and fighting, and we're trying to get them to change the system that was obviously built for them. So we figured the only thing to do is start separating ourselves from the system.
Outstanding.
All praises to the Most High. Yeah, so
Hey,
we'll
put your email out so you know I can connect.
Yeah, she'll put it in the private chat for him, sis. So any of the panelists want to connect with you guys on that, we certainly can. And we have a lot more things coming for the community. You guys, we'll have it on another live, and we'll discuss some things. But this is the jumping board. PLAP, Othal.org, this case for our brother. Because number one, we want to gather together everybody who were true. So everybody you see in here, we're not here for any money. Nobody's getting paid, right? So we know they're true. And we're going to move forward with the true ones and do everything that it is that we're supposed to do to receive our blessings right here in this realm. So with that, we're going to start now with our educational portion. Go on, get it on in. Sister Osset volunteered to be the first person to play this game. Who wants to be a revolutionary? So you ready, Sister Osset?
I'm ready.
All right, question number one. This revolution in recent history was once known as Detroit Red. Is it A, Malcolm X, B, Martin Luther King, C, Khalid Muhammad, or D, Sexy Red?
I'm gonna go with A. Look, I don't even know how to play so I just say that.
Say which one you want, and I'll click it for you.
So I'll say A, Malcolm X.
A, Malcolm X. Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
And yes, of course, it is correct. So y'all have to don't worry about the little ads. We're gonna fix that in a little bit. But we're gonna go on to the next question now. So you make it all the way to the top. You may want to be a revolutionary. All right. All right. So here's question number two. In this year, one season became known as the Red Summer due to racial riots. Is it A, 1921, B, 1920, C, 1919, or D, 1918? The year known as the Red Summer.
Still on me, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to phone a friend.
Okay. Who you phoning?
Questman.
Questman? Questman, yeah. Can you help her out with that one?
Okay.
Where Questman at? Is he here? Where's Questman? Let me see if this 50-50 works. I don't know what this. Oh no. Oh, snaps. It took away two of the wrong answers.
Oh.
So now you have 1921, 1919. This is called the Red Summer. The Red Summer. Now, Questman said 1920 was his name, but that's not fair anymore. I'm gonna help you out.
Can I help her out since I'm a rebel?
Huh?
Can I help out?
Yeah.
1919.
Okay. Your says it's 1919, sister.
What? Yeah. Okay.
You want to go with that?
I'll go with that.
1919 is correct, ladies and gentlemen. 1919 was when we had the Red Summer. 1921 was what? The Tulsa Massacre.
But to correct that, it actually went from 1919 through 1921 to 22.
Absolutely. It started in 1919. Right. Exactly. All right. See, like I said, we're all about education over here, y'all. It's very important for a revolutionary to be well educated. All right. You ready for the next question, Sister Osset?
I'm ready.
And your boy Daniel said he's a revolutionary already if you need some help. So holler at your boy, and your panelists can help you too. Okay. So this revolutionary was said to have been inspired by passages from the Bible. Is it A, Martin Luther King, B, Toussaint L'Ouverture, C, Nat Turner, or D, Jesse Jackson?
Ooh.
But we know it wasn't Jesse Jackson. That's for sure.
I am gonna go with A. Martin Luther King.
You're gonna go with A. Martin Luther King. You sure about that? You might want to ask the audience.
The audience.
I was saying yes for Jesse Jackson.
You gonna ask the audience or what?
Hey, what about
Now, only because Toussaint is Haitian, I don't know if they do the.
That's right.
So I don't know.
I think you might want to ask the audience though.
Yeah.
Nat Turner.
Oh,
It was not Nat Turner.
I know.
Yeah, it was Nat Turner.
Nat Turner.
Bible killing all them folks.
They even made a Hollywood movie about it, y'all. See, that's the thing
Yes.
people don't realize.
Birth of a Nation.
It
Remember?
was Nat Turner?
Yes,
Was
Birth of a Nation.
Wow.
He was
Old
inspired by the
Testament.
Bible. He used the Bible
Old
verses. That's how
Testament
he
tells
gathered
you how
everybody.
you're supposed to defend yourself. That's right. If you look, our theme comes from Ecclesiastes 3:1. Talk about to everything there's a season. So I encourage all of you to read that at least through verse 4. All right. So let's go on to the next one. That was Nat Turner.
Oh,
The historical figure, this historical figure preached self-defense, and his second trial for manslaughter of a police officer resulted in a hung jury. Was it A, Tex Winters, B, Saigon Penn, C, Huey P. Newton, or D, Huey P. Long? It's a little harder when you got all them choices, huh?
I am ashamed to say that I don't know 3 of those names.
That's all right. That's all right. One to 2 of them you should know anyway.
Who turn is it still? Because I'm
It's
out of it.
you. It's always you. You're playing this good first.
That's Huey P.
But
Newton.
remember,
Of course, that's
there
Huey
you
P.
go.
Newton. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Yes. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand about this process. They just see it later on after history. Like, wow, Huey P. Newton won his trial. And then they see Ozone's case and they like, well, he got 30 years. It's not over. We keep telling y'all it is not over. It's only the beginning.
Exactly.
Right.
Can I interject real quick that his son is running for president 2024? His name is Rico Dukes.
We have to check on that first, sis. Check on that first.
Okay.
All right. The two body of laws were these two body of laws were both founded upon racist stereotypes of so-called black men. A, prohibition and drug laws. B, federal and state laws. C, DUI and related laws. Or D, city and state laws. And I'm trying, this is a tough question because, hell, to be honest, it damn near might be all of the above.
It is.
So I'm gonna help you out on this one. The one we were looking for,
What's the answers again?
Prohibition and drug laws. B, federal and state laws. C, DUI and related laws. Or D, city and state laws.
It's B and D.
It's what? See, the answer we were looking for. We're gonna switch the question on this one. That's a little difficult. All of them. It can be federal and state. But we were looking for
Somebody mute y'all mic.
We were looking for prohibition and drug laws because we literally have on the books, we have people in Congress on congressional floors talking about crazed Negroes, and then they came up with the Harrison Narcotics Act. And then somebody was saying that a racial war was started because of some drinking, and they were talking about some Negroes again, and that's how they got started with the prohibition. And again, prohibition was finally taken away in the United States, but they still get drug laws here. And this is just letting you know that this is a source of a large issue in this country. And if we can get those taken care of, we can stop a lot of wrongful stops and searches in this country as well. Right? That's what we would all know. All right. So the next one. The debt owed to descendants of those enslaved in the United States is called A, repatriation for land lost during chattel slavery. B, reparations for money lost in stock market speculation. Or C, repatriation for chattel slavery. Or D, reparations for chattel slavery, racism, and discrimination?
D.
Yeah,
There
D
you
is the
go.
only one. It better be D. It better be D. All right. So let's see here. Hold on. We're gonna have to. Okay. All right, we got it. We back. Okay, next question. Those whose ancestors were enslaved in the United States were A, already on the land taken by the U.S., B, were brought to the U.S. by ships, or C, both A and B, or D, neither?
That's A.
Man, that's a good one, bro.
You see what we're doing, huh? You see what
Yeah.
we're doing.
Yeah.
So
A.
I think you might want to ask your friend Soul Journey on this one, sis.
Oh no, I read that wrong. That's C, A, and B.
Yeah, both A and B, because a lot of people debate on this issue. That's why I want to bring that out. Tell me why the two things can't be true at the same time. Yes, our people were already here, and yes, some of our people were still in the motherland, and that's why it is written, the two shall now be one, because they did both. They took over the land that was here from our people, and they brought some of our people over as well. All right.
Yep.
So let's go ahead to the next one. The story of the Mighty 300 is about A, mighty warrior who saved his nephew from bondage with just 300 men. B, a small contingent of warriors against an enemy who outnumbered them. Or C, 300 mighty members of our community who came together to save Brother Othal from bondage. Or D, all of the above?
Let's see.
I'm going to go with C for cat.
All right, let's see here. Are you sure? Let's see.
I'm going to say C as in cat.
I don't think the audience is too much help on this one.
Read the original question again.
The story of the Mighty 300 is about A, mighty warrior. Cody Speaks now may have a little information on this. Sister Yana now may have a little bit of information on this to help you out, sis. I'm just saying. That's one thing about being revolutionary. We help each other out.
It's still C.
Huh?
Well,
As in dog. It's still C as in king.
I only picked C because it's in our lifetime, the Mighty 300.
Right, that's true. That is true, but are all of them true is the question.
The question was the story.
Oh, okay.
Of the Mighty 300. The audience, you got some people who know what this is. You got some Sister Yana just rolled through the fire with you in that for our brother Othal. You ain't gonna take a look at what she got to say?
Yeah, thank you, Sister Yana.
So what's your answer then?
D.
All of the above. It is D. You guys, where we get the idea from for the Mighty 300 was when Abba Rahim's nephew Lot was taken hostage, right? He was taken in bondage. He gathered 300 of his best men and he went and got his nephew back. And so that's what we're doing today with our brother Othal. We're taking 300 of the best people in our community, and I promise you that's all it takes, and we can reach this goal at Othal.org. And yes, the same thing happened again. It's a righteous number, 300, and they were outnumbered by the enemy. They had thousands at first, but the Most High said, we don't even need that many. All we need is 300. And they were able to win that battle. So that's something that's very important for us to understand as a revolutionary. Even though our numbers may be few, we are still mighty indeed, okay? So the next question. Some may say that a few important issues to our modern revolutionaries are A, money, power, and respect. B, self-defense, education, and ancestral wisdom. C, fame, fortune, and vengeance. Or D, money, cars, and hoes. Clothes. Money, cars, and clothes. I was thinking about that Jay-Z rap song, My Fault. Which one would be most important to a revolutionary today, though? I'm gonna let y'all think on this. What you say? What you say?
B, self-defense, education, ancestral wisdom, and customs prior to chattel slavery.
Yeah. It better be B. It better be B.
Although they acting like A, but you know.
Well, that's some of the fake ones. We got to get them on the right track. Some people have been misled, so we got to let them know what it's all about. Now, you've been having these, if you've been in revolutionary circles, you heard people talking about this so-called Hebrew movement. One may say that the Hebrew movement is A, it is a religion and not a culture focused on destruction of non-Black people, or B, it is a culture and not a religion and wants us to draw from the wisdom of our ancestors, or C, it is a culture and not a religion focused on destruction of non-Black people, or D, it is a religion and not a culture and wants us to draw from the wisdom of our ancestors. Which one would you think the answer would be, sis? You might want to get some help from, I'm sure your audience, once again, can help you with this.
Well, I was gonna say B, but they all kind of look the same. I had to sure that
Look at it. Yeah, it's important because I think pretty much everybody in this room, everybody in this panel, we all agree we don't deal in religion. Religion is something that was man-made.
Yeah.
And so we want to understand that we're talking about a culture, and a lot of these religions stole from our culture, which they tried to steal from us through chattel slavery. And so, yeah, it's definitely a culture, and we're drawing from the wisdom of our ancestors, which is something everybody could agree on. Wait, what?
They say I'll just pay off the balance right now.
Okay. So it looks like, it looks like we had a little glitch right there. So we're gonna have to finish playing this one a little bit later. But you can see the direction where we're going to. So next time, sis, make sure you get your little study on, or anybody else who may play. We'll definitely play this again on my channel, and we'll see who wants to be a revolutionary. So yeah, the answer was definitely B on that one. Okay. All right. So that's it from Who Wants to Be a Revolutionary. Because the game we got a glitch, so we ain't gonna keep on playing something that's glitching on us. And we are running out of time anyway to get this broadcast closed. And we want to see, before we close, Sister Watchman, is there any way that we can ask you to bless us with some beautiful poetry before we go?
Okay, this one is about Brother Ozone, and I actually just finished writing it. So I guess I'll just call it Brother O. Othal Ozone Wallace became a soldier in our defense, fighting for lives lost due to an officer's nonsense. He always started his greetings with a smile and shalom. He willingly embraced the mantle that often took him away from home. When 45 referenced our brothers as thugs on a plane, they were not spewing profanities nor conducting themselves insane. Everyone who supported the truth became a target on that day, because I have someone working on it, is what 45 chose to say. 3 months later, apprehensions began one by one. When hands were put on Brother O, the job could not be done. Brother Spite lost his freedom, trying to make our people aware of the injustice that had occurred there. Othal's case was prosecuted on hypotheticals and speculations that alone is against the law in any judicial situation. We won round one to keep the needle out of his arm, and we need to fight to ensure that there is no harm. Go to Othal.org and make your tax-deductible contribution. This is how we will free our brother from this wrongful retribution. We stand together and leave no man alone. We collectively shall say, welcome home, Brother Ozone.
Thank you,
Nice,
sister.
nice, nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you. That was beautiful. That was so amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for our brother's celebration. We really appreciate it. And if you really want some closure on that millionaire, Sister Asa, the last question, who wants to be a revolutionary? The last question was this. Our brother, Othal Wallace, was born in what city?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. We ain't playing around. We want to make sure everybody paying attention. And we're going to look. We're gonna leave it out like that for you revolutionaries. Go back to
What could I say? You said he was born in where?
what city? The choices would be A, Florida, B, Gainesville, C, Jacksonville, or Daytona Beach.
It was either Gainesville or Jacksonville. Was it Gainesville?
It was definitely Gainesville. All right. Sister
Yeah.
Osset and everybody who participated tonight, watching, playing, listening, learning, all of you might be revolutionaries. So all praises to the Most High. And with that, we're going to get ready to go ahead and close. D Mays, if you're still there, man, why don't you let the people know where they can reach you at on YouTube, brother?
I don't know if he's still there. He might have had to go. He was late.
I think
yeah, but you can find him on Mind Games Uncut.
Yeah.
His channel is Mind Games Uncut on YouTube.
And then Sister Tina Berry is at Tina Berry Speaks, formerly known as Straight No Chase with the Queen. Sister Watchman, anybody know where they can reach you?
Well, right now you can only reach me at Angelic Lyrical Queen on Instagram. They blocked me out of my Miss Watchman account.
Okay. And Daniel, tell everybody your big secret for where you can be found on YouTube.
Can be found at the Big Black American Secret on YouTube. The Big Black American Secret.
And Brother Questman, let everybody know your handle here on YouTube. Yes, it's Gainesville. Brother Questman is on a delay. If you hear me, Brother Questman, before we get out of here, let the people know your
delay. You can find me at Soul Journey of Life, the Light.
Soul Journey of Life, the Light Dome, right here on YouTube. And I want to give a big, huge shout out to Sister Cody and Brother Major TV. Let's Talk. They have YouTube channels, so are also helping us to stream this as well. And our Sister Black Love, you can find her right here with Tina Berry Speak. Tina Berry Speaks. Shout out also to Kathy B out there in the audience somewhere. And, these are some straight up sis in our community who are hard-nosed about truth, justice, and freedom, along with you guys, too. Shout out to Big Delta in the audience just came in. Appreciate you, my brother. And, of course, Sister Asa, you have some handles? Yeah, Sister Asa, she another sister. Hey, in the trenches with it. All right, you want to meet Sister Asa, you got to be in the trenches fighting. You're going to see her everywhere. All right? So... Hey, everybody, thank y'all so very much for coming in. Salute. Make sure y'all go to othal.org, othal.org. We are hoping by January 18th, our brother, his appeals case, they have to have the transcript in by then. And so we want to be signing some paperwork for him, a private representation by then as well. So everybody, all the soldiers, put out the word. We need at least $150 from everybody, $300 if you're mighty, and $1,000 if you're about that life.
And Ken, thank you for your steadfastness, brother. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate you, brother. All praises to the Most High.
And please remember that all contributions are tax deductible. This is an organization, People's Legal Aid Program is a program that has been an organization that has been developed for us, by us, in such situations as the one that Brother Ozone has found himself in. No soldier left behind. We shall say, welcome home, Brother Ozone.
We shall say, welcome home, Ozone. All praises. All right, everybody. Once again, thank our gracious host, Sister Tina, always giving us a warm invite during this winter season for our winter specials. And so salute to all of you. Everybody say bye.
Peace
Peace.
out.
Peace.
Shalom.
Bye, y'all.
Life is real, yeah. And if there's a heaven above, please start showing a brother real love. 'Cause I wanna go home. Oh, I feel for my brother. I miss you, man. Oh, I feel for my brother. You're my brother. I feel for my brother.
Hey, Shalom family, how y'all doing? I just wanted to let y'all know, boy, still, getting through the motions. I'm fighting. I want to make sure y'all know, man, tune in, watch the Kenyan YouTube page. The 21st, December 21st, man, we screaming free Ozone, man. Having a bit of situation, we trying to, get this push going. Othal.org, man, for this appeal process, y'all. Illegal sentence appeal coming up. Y'all be meet me there now. I love y'all and Shalom. Be good.